Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today's Monday, July 20th, 2020. We're in the first day of the new trading week and the final hour of the trading day. It's my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions in the last hour, and particularly in the last few minutes. That's when the large financial institutions come in. They start taking the price control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them smart money. I think the most well informed. They're dealing with the most money, very smart people, best technology, best information, and I prefer to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades right there at the end of the day, along with what the large financial institutions are doing. That being said, I did have a couple day trades today. I will show you those as well. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have everyone here. Let's take a look. The market currently is very strong. The Dow Jones is up 17.91%, up 0.06%. The NASDAQ, though, up 223.79%, up over 2%. So the clear winner on the day, and the SPY is up 22 points, up 0.69%. So looks like Kevin Frost is here. Hey Kevin, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming. Dan is here. Hi Dan, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day as well. All right, well, interesting day. But first of all, thank you for coming. I always look forward to seeing everyone. I think we have such a great group, and we feel really blessed that I have this channel and such great participants with great comments and poems, all sorts of stuff. So, all right, here is the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. After that, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. After that, I did have a couple day trades that I'm going to share with you as well. After that, some of you have been kind enough to provide your trades. They're up on the board. We're going to go through those, take a look and see. I've seen some that are doing really nicely today. After that, we're going to switch gears over into some trading psychology, talk about trading philosophy, trading psychology, good trading words of wisdom. Most important component of trading, it's the most important skill, is getting your emotions under control and following your plan. So I always like to touch on that. After that, I've gone through and selected a few candidates for possible end of day. Kamal also sent me his list from his scanner. So we're going to go through those. Have 3 requirements before I enter any new trade. First requirement, I want to look for a combination or confluence of indicators lining up together. I look at each indicator as a potential group of buyers. And if you put yourself in the position where you're with the most buyers as possible, you're going to have the best chance to have a profitable trade. So I look for a confluence or combination of indicators lining up. Number 2, always want to make sure that even if I have great indicators lining up, I still have a decent risk to reward ratio. 2 to 1 is my minimum. If I'm going to lose $100, I want to be able to make at least 200 or more to the upside based upon valid support below me and valid and likely resistance above me. So we're going to go down through those candidates, narrow them down, see if I can come up with just the very best one, the one that has the best setup, best risk to reward ratio, everything considered. And then number 3, make sure you check your correlations. You don't want to have too many open positions just in general. They're kind of hard to deal with, but you really want to make sure that you do not have too many correlated positions. Not too heavy in tech or not too heavy in healthcare, so forth and so on. You want to have some diversification. So, all right, then if I find something meets all those criteria, I will go ahead and enter it at the end of the day. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, happy to answer them. If you'd like me to take a look at any stock symbols, happy to do that. If you'd like me to look at any stock symbols before the market closes, if that would be helpful for you, go ahead, put them in the chat. Just make sure that you put a asterisk or emoji or something next to it so that I know it's time sensitive. And then after the market closes, if you have any new entries or exits on the board today, if you could wait until after the market closes, I would really appreciate that. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Looks like Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal, good to see you, bud. Thanks for your scan today. Nice chatting with you. And Miko is here. Hey, Miko, nice to see you, sir. Okay, hang tight. Going to run that U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, Glenn is here as well. Hi, Glenn. Good to see you, my friend. Hi, Greg. Silver is breaking out. Yes, I noticed that. The metals are definitely doing well today. So, all right. Well, listen, let's get to it. Take a look at current positions. First off is CPRT. Frank, Pinsey, Bob, and myself did buy CPRT. Bought it here on the 15th of July at 86.59. Had a nice move over all the moving averages. Took out this fractal over here. Fractal's a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. Bought this at 86.59. Currently 87.18, is down 5 cents today. No profit targets, but still profitable, so not too bad. FAS, F-A-S, Kamal, Steven, Frank, Miko, and myself, we did buy FAS at 39.99 with the 520 crossover. I think Kamal bought it earlier back here at 31.65, but I believe Steve, Frank, Miko, and myself bought it here at 33.99 with the 520 crossover. Also triggered this fractal over here. Currently it's 33.64, so slightly underwater. I did take a half a position on this because it was such a big move. I was looking to enter the second half position, but I just haven't felt like I've got the place to do it yet. But nonetheless, I do have half the position is slightly down today. I mean slightly up today, but slightly down on the trade. PayPal, Bob, David, and myself, we did buy PayPal. This is a return to value trade. It was above the 1 ATR channel into the value zone, stopped going down here, here, and here. Did create a higher low V2 on Friday, bought it at 174.01. It's up 2.8% today. Fantastic. Did hit one profit target today at 176.59, and it's closing in on my second profit target, which I have a limit order in at 179.26. So with any luck, maybe I can get the valued, vaunted second profit target of the day at 179.26. So we'll see if we get there. It's definitely possible. Okay, so real quick, my overnight SPY trade. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk and I sell it first thing the next morning. I do this based upon a back-tested study from Lizanne Saunders at Bespoke Invest since 1993. They tested two different approaches. Approach number one, buy SPY at the open, hold through the day, sell at the end of the day, using this approach every day since 1993, negative 13.9% return. However, if you did the opposite, this is the one that I use. Buy the SPY at the close, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, sell first thing the next morning, positive 634.2%. So big difference over time between where you buy and where you sell the SPY. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. That's true. That goes for any trading approach. May never work again in the history of the world, but so far, it has worked very well. All it's done is gone up and up and up over time. There are drawbacks. You have to be aware of that if you use this approach. I position size very conservatively, but essentially it's just like owning the S&P long-term, full-time. It's just that I'm owning it in the evening time instead of all the time. So this one was a slight loser on the day. I bought it Friday at 321.72. and I sold it at 321.47. So about 31 cents loss overnight, and then it took right back over. But that's how it goes with this trade. You just never quite know. I will be buying this again at the end of the day. Oil. This has been a long-term trade here on oil. If it doesn't do something in the next week or so, I'll probably get rid of it. Just use a time stop on this. But I did buy this on the weekly. We had a V1. We went under 30, over 30. We went under the negative third channel, over the negative third channel. I bought it here at 28.40. Currently, it's in the money, 29.11, but basically it's just moved sideways for a month. So probably give it another week, see if it makes a move, and if it doesn't, probably just go ahead and lock in any gain or loss that I have. Verizon. All right, Gary, Pinsky, Quad, and myself, we did buy Verizon on Thursday, 58.20. Had this nice bullish engulfing V1 crossover. Bought at 55.80. Friday was a really nice up day. Did hit some profit targets, which is why I like to take profit targets off. But today it's given a lot of it back, right back to about break even. But you know, this is a good example. Even though it's break even on the trade, I am positive on the trade because I did hit a profit target up there and did lock in some profits when the market gave it to me. So that's why I'm a big fan of doing that. Apple. Okay, so that's my regular trades. I had a great trade on Apple. I did get out as we were getting close to the podcast starting, but this is on the 39-minute bar. Haven't taken a lot of trades on the 39-minute bar, but I got it early this morning, so I had it enough time for it to play out. You see the sideways motion in the value zone? Just sideways, 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 sideways. That's always what I'm looking for. Then this morning, Apple went down, washed out the previous 39-minute low, also washed out this entire range, and I waited till the close of the 39-minute bar. Okay, do it like that. And I did buy Apple here at 386.59 with this sideways movement, bullish engulfing bar, and V1. MACD went positive. There were a lot of good signals here. Bought it at 386.59 and up and up and up and up and up. And I got out here at a little early. I got out at 390.27. So 386.59 up to 390. Just an amazing, fantastic trade. I mean, there was nothing to do. It just kept going up and up and up. Didn't close below any low. And technically, there was really no reason for me to get out here where I did, other than I was getting ready for the podcast and I didn't want to have to try to manage it and do all that kind of stuff. But getting out early did cost me. But you know, I have to deal with the podcast as well. So I wanted to get that off my mind. But that was a fantastic trade, unbelievable, fantastic trade. And then I did have a small loss over here on VIX. I want to show you, this is a really good example. You see how we made a low, we've gone lower, we've gone lower, we still have positive MACD. I did buy here when we had this higher low V1 here at 28.86. It initially went my way, but then I had to get out here on this bar for a loss. So I got in at 28.86 and I got out at 28.77. So about a 9-cent loss. And then I was thinking about taking this one and I decided not to because it was just getting close. And this is the one that went. But anyway, really happy with the day trades. I mean, one winner, one loser, but the Apple trade was so much bigger. So that's positive. All right. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Volume level low on this end for some reason. Volume, like the volume of my voice. Frank says, my volume is low as well. Yes, volume is very low today. Let me check and see. Test, 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 test. Test, test. Let me make sure something. Test, test. Can you hear me at all now? Okay, hold on. I'm going to try something else. Test, test. Can you hear me now, everybody, or no? How about now? Can you hear me now? Any better now, everyone? Man, I don't know what to do or say here. Test, 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 test. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go here and hopefully this sounds better. I switched back and forth. I don't know because of the delay if what I switched to was worse or better now. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with everyone else's positions. All right, Frank bought CSX at 69.88 back on the 15th. That's at 71.41. So beautiful, beautiful trade, Frank. REKR Quad bought REKR at 367. Currently it's at 397. So beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Very nice there. Monster, Bob is in Monster. We bought at 71.32. Was up, down, but had a nice leg up, but it is a bit down today. EXE, Evan bought EXE at 37.39. Moved up nicely, but is down a bit today, but still positive on the trade. VRTX, Frank bought VRTX at 293.60. Initially went a little bit up, then down, but huge up today. Congratulations, Frank. MGM was a trade that I bought. I got out of it last Friday when it closed below, and I still have Bob in this. DKNG, Kamal, beautiful. Just got the bottom at 30.14 on DraftKings. It is up beautifully, even up today a little bit. Blue, Kamal did buy blue at 62.65. And moving on up. Very, very nice. Up 1.4% today. Kamal had a monster trade here on MDB at 207.50 on Friday. It's 221, up 13.74%, up 6.58%. So just another monster for Kamal. Very nice, Kamal. David had a nice trade back here. Bullish engulfing bar V1 on MasterCard 298.80. It went up. I know he scaled out of a little, came back down. He sold half. He didn't like the close. And then Friday, it went back up for him, and beautiful, huge move up today. So fantastic. Very, very happy for David. AEM, Glenn bought AEM at 63.15, up at 68.97, up 3.03% just today. Beyond Meat, Frank did buy Beyond Meat at 127.60, and it's at 128.14. So it had a nice move up. It's come back down, just kind of moving sideways here, but the good news, it's still in the money. And then I think, is this lastly here? No. And then we have KMX. Steve and Bot did buy KMX at 94.90. Initially went up, tried to go up Friday, reversed, and it's down 1.29% today. And Kamal with Jets. It looks like Kamal bought Jets at 17.12, and this one has not worked out. I believe Kamal's still in this. I'm not sure, but that's what I have up on the board. So anyway, some really nice moves there. Really looks like a pretty dang good day. Let me check over here on PayPal. Oh, so close to that profit target. So close. Come on now, you can get there. All right, I know we had a poem. R comes before R. That sure sounds odd and rather bizarre, but not to a trader that wants to go far. For risk comes before reward, and that's a rule no trader can afford to ignore. Boy, isn't that true? Let me try it again. R comes before R. That sure sounds odd and rather bizarre, but not to a trader that wants to go far. For risk comes before reward, and that's a rule no trader can afford to ignore. Very nice, Frank. Thank you, sir. Always appreciate that. It's kind of you to make the effort, and great poems, and they're so relevant. That's the key. Steve says the 1030 SMA crossover on IWM. This is a new back to tested signal that across multiple markets created my new e-course. Okay, so I believe, oh, that's a 1030, Steve? Let me see if I can. Find. I'll have to fix this later. All right. Let me just do this then. So the 1030. And it looks like we do have the crossover. So interesting. All right, let's put that on the board then. So if that back test well, let me do some math here real quick. Okay, Yep, that crossover did happen. So let me put this over here. And save that up. Steve said tech sector's leading today. It sure is. Okay. All right. Dan says, group, we all have to do is turn up. It's okay. Quad says, good afternoon, Greg. Good afternoon, Quad. Good to see you. Kamal says, I am out of jets. Took the 5% stop loss earlier today. Okay. We'll get out of there then. Okay. Pinsky said IQ. Yeah. That's wasn't a false breakout, but it is a nice V2 with the with still being over 50. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, we had a big up bar. Not surprised to have a few weeks of a little bit of a pullback, but yeah, not too bad. I'd like it better if it was over the 5 and the 10 though. Yeah, Facebook does look pretty good. It's a higher low V1, rejected the 5, 10, 20. Looks like it's a bullish engulfing bar. Facebook does look fairly good here for sure. Let's look over on the weekly. The weekly is, it's a little high, but yeah, I've been watching that. I've been watching that all day, and I have that on the list. Glenn says Tesla's going nuts again. Is it? Let's see. Yes, it is. Robinhood traders are going crazy with TWLO, LVGO, and Zoom. Yep. John, hey, volume problem. Can't hear too well. Yeah, gosh darn it. I don't know what the issue is here. I do it like I always do. And I guess I'm gonna have to contact my streaming, but I do it like I always do, but I don't see the volume bar as high as I normally do. Here, I'm gonna try something again. See if so I'm going to wait for the delay, but I took the microphone off and I'm speaking like through the regular microphone. Maybe if you could let me know if that works, if this sounds better. Okay, for some reason something must be wrong with my just regular microphone. So anyway, we'll go with this. Hopefully that helps. Steve says Amazon berserk. Yeah, fortunately, everybody knows I've mentioned several times that I manage an account for a friend, and he really wanted to buy some of the tech shares. And I said, well, let's wait till they come down into the value zone. So I did buy Amazon for him as well as Microsoft and Facebook Friday in the value zone. And look at this. I mean, what a trade that was, huh? So definitely should be happy for that. All right, just increased. Yeah, I just took my microphone. Pinsky said, computer noises are very loud if you use computer mic. Can't wait to hear the market bell. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. All right, so listen, before we get on to taking a look at potential end-of-day trades, I want to switch gears a little bit, talk about trading psychology, trading philosophy. There's some really good Facebook and Twitter channels out there that do a really great job of posting things for us each day to read, and they're very valuable. This is from Anthony Crudell this is on Twitter, at Anthony Crudell. Great channel, great trader, great educator. Let's see what he says. In my experience, it's not the smartest people that make money in trading. It's the people that allow things to be what they are and go with what's working, not fight what's not working. I think some of the smartest people in the world have the most difficult time being traders. It's because they're trying to figure out the market, maybe from a fundamental standpoint or a macroeconomic standpoint, or they just, well, for whatever reason they come up with, they just feel like they're right and the market's wrong. And I fall into that category sometimes too. And like, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? And so Anthony says, in my experience, it's not the smartest people that make money. It's the people that allow things to be what they are and go with what's working, not fight what's working. So be flexible, go with what's working, right? Don't fight things, don't go against something if it's just not working. I mean, you can take a counter trend trade for sure, but if it's not working, you can't hold on to it. See, that's the key. So anyway, thank you, Anthony Crudell, at Anthony Crudell on Twitter. If you haven't followed him, please do so. I think you'd be glad that you did. Okay, Steve says, I'm holding FAS and KMX. I just added IWM as well. Okay, so I have you here with KMX. I have you here with FAS, like I do as well. And so I'm going to add IWN for you at the end of the day. So can everybody hear okay? I mean, is this okay? I may have to just switch to using this all the time now. All right, before we take a look at the new positions, let me switch over here, take a quick look at my current positions. All right, so Copart did go positive on the day for Frank, Pinsky, Bob, and myself, so that's good. FAS up today, 3/4 of a point, almost back to even on this trade. This one's been underwater most of the time. PayPal, oh, come on, get up there, so close, 179.26. So I need about 18 cents, but you'll hear the bell go off if it dings. I hope it does. SPY, little loss on that overnight. Oil up a little today, so that's good. Verizon is down today. There was some. It seems like there's some rotation out of the more consumer defensive stocks. Again, Apple. Boy, I got out a little early. I thought I had a fantastic trade from 386.59 to 390, but it's just kept on trucking, hasn't it? Holy smokes! All right. All right. All right, let's take a look at the potentials for today. Okay, first on board is ICE. ICE has a nice fractal breakout. You can see this is the fractal chart, the blue line, the green line, the red line, intertwined, meaning that the alligator is sleeping. Here's the high point of the fractal, 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. This has triggered the fractal. MACD went positive, above 50. It's pretty good. I like it. I like this one. So this one goes in the potential pile. Cisco, I don't really see anything here on Cisco that really grabs my attention too much. MTCH, nice V2, false breakout to the downside. I just think the move's a little strong so far. I feel like it's a little strong. It is above the 50. It's above the moving averages. So, you know, it's a potential. But when I just look at this, you know, I always look at risk to reward first. That's the only issue. So I like ICE better than that. 5 higher low V1 here. It's above the 50 RSI. Let me take a look. Yep, it's 51.59 RSI. Pretty good. It does have this 100-day right above us, though. PLMR. Well, I'm having all sorts of technical issues today. Okay, I'll deal with that after. It's okay, but just a big down move and bounce back up. I just feel like it's going to have a difficult time getting up there. GoDaddy. Not too shabby. You know what? I have to fix something here on my charts. That's the issue right there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a higher low V2 back in the value zone on the weekly. We have that 100-day moving average as support. That looks pretty good as well. PSTG. Don't like that one as much. Uber, big strong day on volume on the daily, but you know, on the weekly, what I like about this is you see the higher low V2 on the weekly. I'm definitely considering taking this on the weekly. Like with oil trade, not taking the daily trade. I don't like the daily as much as I do like the weekly with this higher low V2, rejection of all the moving averages. So I'm kind of inclined to want to take that on the weekly. Zoom is what Glenn was just talking about. That's a big up day there. Just not going to I'm just not going to be able to chase that high though. Facebook, we talked about Facebook before. Looks pretty good there as well. Bullish engulfing bar above toward a 60 RSI. Possible. Momo. Kamal and I were talking about this earlier. False breakout V1. It's in the value zone. It's sideways motion. I don't, you know, I think it'd be better if it was over the 50. You have all these moving averages here. So me personally, I'm going to let that one go. Nike. False breakout to the downside and rejection of the 1 ATR channel, but not a V1. Team, wow. That's amazing, but I can't, that's too much of a chaser for me. Momenta Pharmaceuticals, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Let me do some math on this one. Okay. Higher low V1, false breakout, rejection of the 1 ATR channel, rejection of the 50-day moving average, that is good. LMT, don't see anything there. And IWM, we had the 530 or the 1030 SMA crossover that Steve was talking about. So let's take a look here. Let me put these in order. GoDaddy, Uber, Facebook, and ICE, and Manta. Okay, so obviously you can't take all of these. So let's take a look. So here we have the IWM, which we just talked about with the Steve trade. The 1030 crossover does backtest well. You do have support of the 200-day moving average underneath you as well. So that one's a possibility. 5, it's good, but I'm just gonna take that one off because of the 200 days so close. GoDaddy does look pretty good. It's a little close to the 50 RSI, however. Yeah, it's hard, you know, when you have a lot of choices. Uber. I am going to take Uber. I'm going to take Uber on this intra-bar trigger of the V2. I do like it, and I would like to get something that is on a different time frame. So I do like Uber for sure. And because I'm taking it on the weekly, I divide my maximum loss by 9.83, so it's going to give me fewer shares because the moves are larger on the weekly than they are the daily. Facebook, I think I'm just going to let Facebook go because I already have PayPal. ICE, I do like this fractal breakout. If we look here on the fractal chart, alligator is definitely sleeping, and we broke out. MACD's positive. We're over 50. So I do like ICE. So I think personally, with what I'm going to go with, I am going to buy Uber because it's a weekly trade. Nice higher low V2 over the 50 RSI. Moving averages are starting to spread out here. And I think I'm going to go with ICE and go with this fractal breakout. So those are going to be my two. Again, Uber, higher low V2 intrabar on the weekly. Making sure I use the 2 ATR value on the weekly, not the daily. Otherwise I'd be buying more shares. And on ICE, the breakout of the fractal with all the sideways movement. So that looks like what I'm going to do. Come on, PayPal, you're so close. There we go, we got it. Okay, let me go over here and take a little off there. Okay, good. Sompors, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hi, Greg. Can you look at EXEL? Sure thing. Well, it's a big, nice move up there. It's just a little too high. It would be a little too high for me to be interested in the second ATR channel up here, and it is 62 RSI. Let's look over on the weekly. You know, on the weekly, it has a little bit, possibly room to run here, but on the daily, I don't think I would be getting involved here if it were me. I would have much rather bought it somewhere down here in the value zone than way up here. Kamal says, I'm going with Manta. All right, let's take a look at Manta again. Yeah, Manta's pretty good too. Yeah, that is pretty dang good. Sompors wants to look at SSYS. Strong day today. Let me take a look at that over on the fractal chart. That is pretty good on the fractal chart. Here we have a high, 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. Did break out of that fractal today over the 50 RSI. Yeah, I like that one much better. I like the SSYS much better because of that reason. And we went under 50, over 50 on the RSI. You know, I always talk about having too much, having correlation and making sure. So, you know, I just need to do a little check here as far as what positions I have in reference to, you know, other trades that I'm looking to take. So we know what PRT is, CPRT, FAST is banks, PayPal is obviously tech. Verizon, that one still looks okay. I hope that helped, Sompors. All right. So Uber does have some volume today. V2, I do like it. A lot of sideways motion. This intercontinental exchange very likely is going to go pretty strong one way or the other. Tell you what though, boy, I'm torn. I do like Momenta as well for sure. So what's better, MMNTA or CODX? I like Momenta better than CDOX. There was more sideways movement, rejection here. CODX is a little more up and downy. Yeah, I definitely like NTA better. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. All right, I'm gonna go with my original. All right, 8 minutes. I better get to work. All right, so okay. I just bought Uber and I bought Ice. Man, I've had technical issues all day. I was on with my broker for a while having technical issues. So today's just been one big technical issue deal. All right. Yeah, I do like Momenta too. That does really look good. All right. Let's take a look at current things. Copart doing well. Up nice. Fast. Up a touch. PayPal, monster. Monster. 2 profit targets. I will be buying SPY. Oil up a penny. Verizon did come down and test my entry and bounced off it, so that's somewhat good. All right. Facebook also looks good with that V1 bullish engulfing. Interesting. Yeah. The reason I'm not taking Facebook is because I have PayPal. Manta doing really well. I mean, does look good. I mean, that's a nice confluence of signals. Rejection of that 50 V1, under 50, over 50. I think we went under 50. Yeah. Friday was 49.78. All right. I've got what I've got, and that's it. Okay. Okay. Now it's all correct. All right. Frank's in IWM. Okay. Hold that thought, and I will update that in a second. Is IWM up today? I don't, that's not right. Oh, yes. Oh, Intel. No. Okay, there we go. Mohammed, hey, Greg, hello, fellow traders. Hello, Mohammed. Nice to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good day. All right, 2 minutes to go. Wow, what a monster day on the NASDAQ, up 276 points. All right, we have 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. And again, I did buy Uber based upon the weekly, and I also bought ICE based upon that fractal breakout that we had. All right, 20 seconds. All right. There we go. All right, everybody, that's it. Wow, what a day. What a day. So listen, if you have any additions or subtractions for me today, please let me know. Put them in the chat, and I will get them taken care of. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the volume and all this stuff today. Man, what a start to the week. Anyway, before we go and take a look at the new entry positions, just real quick, just do want to put out my daily plug and just remind everybody that I do offer private one-on-one coaching, teaching, and mentoring lessons in the evening time via Skype. I really like to teach. I've had really good success with my clients. I do teach a one-on-one online course, just you and I, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. That's a total of 15 hours. You know, it's intense one-on-one teaching. I've been trading for 24 years. I've studied with some great traders and mentors in my career, like Stephen Burns, Larry Williams, Kerry Lavorne, Dr. Alexander Elder. I've studied one-on-one with each of them, learn their approaches, and what I do in my courses, I take all 4 of those approaches I've combined them together, and that's kind of my approach, and that's what I teach. So it's an intensive course. We do a lot of chart study. I think taking a class when it's one-on-one, having your teacher right there so that as soon as you have a question, you can answer. I think it's the best way to learn. I really do, and that's why I've formatted my classes just one person to one person. So if you're interested, get a hold of me. You can send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter @Gossett Trading. And if you do contact me, I'll reply and say, hey, let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free. There's no obligation. It's not a sales call. It's just a good chance for me to ask you some questions about your trading and your goals and your challenges. It's a great time for you to ask me questions about the course and specific questions about the course. And I promise it's not a sales call. I will not ask you if you want to take the course. I did this last week. I'm like, great, sounds good. Listen, think it over. If you want to take the course, you can email me back because I don't want there to be any pressure. So if you are interested, please get a hold of me. We'll set it up and it will be fun to have a Skype call. And then secondly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. If you found it valuable, or if you find it valuable in general, I would really appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button before you click out of here. So, all right, now let me take a look at my entries here. Okay, so SPY, I got it 324.32. Uber, I got at 33.71, and ICE at 94.50. Okay, so SPY, $324.32. Oops. Not 624, Greg. That's wishful thinking. 324.32. Okay. Uber on the weekly, I did buy at 33.71. Again, this is on the weekly. You see how we had this higher low V2. If I was waiting till the end of the week, end of the bar, I would just wait for the confirmation. But there's pluses and minuses to buying intra-bar. But so far, it's a nice higher low V2. So that's where I entered there at 33.71. And last but not least, ICE. This is the fractal chart. Alligator, the green, the blue, and the red line are moving sideways. The alligator is asleep. It did go above this fractal back here on the 13th, the high with the two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. And I bought this one at 94.50. So that one a little underwater. So far. Okay. So that's my stuff. CPRT was up. That's good. Fast. Tried to stay up, but couldn't stay up, could it? It was down. PayPal, really great day there. Hit the 2 profit targets. SPY we just talked about. Verizon was really the only down one on the day. And let me get rid of VIX. Okay, now let's get over to your new positions. IWM, we have Frank. this over here on this chart. Okay. Frank and Steve. Bought this here with that 1030 crossover. 146.16. Okay. I did get rid of Jets for you, Kamal. Manta. $34.76. Okay. Bob is at an MGM. Alrighty. Yeah, that one didn't work out so great. Okay. So. Okay, you took that one, got that, and you also took Facebook, Pinsy, right? So Facebook and Manta. Okay. Gary is in Manta as well. Gotcha. All right. Pinsky is still holding Verizon. Yep, got you there. And CPRT. Oh, do I not have you down for CPRT? Oh, yes, I do. Okay. All right. Quad is in Manta. Okay. Oh, and GoDaddy. All right. Quad is also out of Verizon. And REKR. Oh, that was a good trade for you, Quad. Okay. This all look about right. All right, so I have Frank in CSX. I have Frank and Steve in IWM. I have Bob in Monster Energy. I have Evan in Exelon Corporation still. I have Frank in Vertex. I have Pinsky in Facebook. Kamal in DraftKings. Kamal in Bluebird Bio. Big, huge day for Kamal. Congratulations, Kamal, on MongoDB. Nice move here today for David on MasterCard. Glenn, I have AEM. Frank, Beyond Meat. Steve and Bob in CarMax. Kamal, Pinsky, Gary, Quad in Momenta, which is MNTA, and I have Quad in GoDaddy. All right. Okay. So this microphone, as of right now, I mean, the way it's sounding, is it doable going forward? The sound? David says it has static. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I'll see if I can see if I get my regular microphone up running for tomorrow. I hope so. But I mean, you can hear me, right? In the worst case scenario. Mohammed says, Greg, how do the big traders institutions draw support and trend lines adjusted for dividends or not adjusted for dividends? It's an interesting question. My understanding is that the majority of these traders look at the adjusted for dividends charts. So of course the chart for the adjusted and not adjusted are going to be slightly different. But my understanding is the majority of them just base their technicals off of adjusting for dividends. So that's the answer, that the majority of them focus and draw their trend lines and all their analysis just upon adjusting for dividends. David, good to see you, my friend. I think we had a really good lesson. It's nice speaking with you on our lesson on Friday. Congratulations on your MA trade today. Fantastic. Gary says, sound is good but has background noise. Yep. I'm going to have to see if I can get this fixed. But like I said, in the worst case scenario, is it doable? Can I get by with this for some reason if I can't get this microphone fixed? Okay, thank you, Gary. Appreciate that, bud. All right, well, Man, I had quite the trade on Apple. I thought, I mean, look at this. Look how much further it went after I got out, and I didn't get out. I mean, had I just stuck with this trade and not based it upon, just having to get started because of the podcast, look, there'd have been no reason to get out of this thing the entire day. Wow. Thanks, Kamal. Appreciate that, bud. All righty, everybody. Well, I appreciate everybody coming today, and it looks like there were some really good trades here, so I'm happy for that. So I'm going to head out, go to my physical therapy appointment. So 2 things to remember today. Please try to go out and do something nice for somebody, just a smile or a wave, or just one nice thing a day. That's all I ask, right? Just try to do something nice every day. It would make the world a whole lot nicer. And then if you could hit the thumbs up button on the way out of here before you check out, I would really appreciate that. And lastly, if you are interested in lessons, interested in taking the course with me, I think you'd really enjoy it. So reach out to me if that's of interest to you. Dan says, yes, is okay. Your mic looks expensive. Expensive. I don't know. Maybe turning off my computer and turning it back on. But when I plug the mic in, I don't see the volume spike up like I normally do. But I have everything set exactly the same. So that's why I'm confused. All right. Appreciate everybody coming today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Go out, be nice, be good, and hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow during the last hour of the market. Thanks again, everybody. Katie says hello, by the way. She's over there laying down looking at me, but I know what she's saying with that look. She's saying, tell everybody hi. So, all right, take care, everyone. Appreciate you coming. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity.